Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 5 of Completely Candid with me, Christian Blandin. This episode features one of my dear friends. However, he's not a deer. He's a human. Sometimes I consider him a friend. Sometimes he's my mortal enemy. He is also one of my roommates. Austin Saldaña. He's a photographer. He is a big video game enthusiast and a Spidey Sense nerd. So if you're into Spider-Man photography, not Spider-Man's photography, though he's supposed to be at least somewhat good. He's a published photographer. If you don't understand that, then you should probably watch a Spider-Man movie or two just to educate yourself. Otherwise, go ahead. Hopefully you're staying at home the best you can, staying clean, staying healthy. While you're listening to this, please be home, or at least in your car, on your way to the grocery store, or an essential business. We'll make it through this, guys. Here's a little entertainment for your day, or your days if you're going to stretch this one out. Have fun, and let me know what you think. Hey, guys.
Are we live? We're not live. You're live.
Now we're live. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. What's up, fools?
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. We're recording.
Oh, we're live.
All right. Well, I mean, we're not live. We're recording.
Okay.
You're
right.
We don't have
we're recording.
We don't have the budget to be live. It's a little bit out of reach, sir. A little too ambitious. But I like to drive.
We just set up the computer and we're live. Done.
We're already rolling, bro. Anyways, more work as well, and this is a one-man production, so how about we don't do that? What's up, guys? We're here at El Casa El Casino. This is where we live.
Mi casa es su casa.
Kind of. I live in the room next door, and he lives in this room. Here with Austin Saldaña, the man, the myth, the photographer. And we're roommates, and we're on lockdown. We're in that good old quarantine. You can call us Quentin Quarantinos. But yeah, this is our second go at doing this podcast. We are playing the game Uno. During the first one, we thought it'd be a good idea, and it wasn't.
But it was fun.
It was fun. It got very personal.
Who kicked ass? Who won? I think April won.
I won one, I think. No, or
did we play twice?
And then I lost $20 in a bet.
$20.
Andrew,
down.
Austin's brother, and my roommate. But he gave it.
But that wasn't during the recording. That was a whole nother situation.
Was that after?
Yeah.
Oh, it was all
or
like
before.
It
was a whole nother situation. Like
it was at the same time, around the same time. Anyway, I lost $20. They gave it back. It was nice. I got myself a new chair.
How's that chair?
So much better. So much better. Like, I can adjust the height, the way the seat like sits out. If I want to like lean back, I could change the backing and like how much resistance backing has. So like if I want to like spring or like have it be stable, it's pretty awesome. Good little steal. Thanks, guy on Facebook. You hooked me up. My time of need when I broke my other chair. That's why I need to lose weight so I can't be breaking chairs at home. Man, that COVID-15. Yeah, the weight, just like freshman 15, COVID-15. After your first couple weeks, you just start packing on them pounds. We're not. Well, I'm not. I've been running, you guys. Been running. What have you been doing, Austin? You running?
No, I've been taking photos, bitch.
Damn, son. That's a very aggressive approach to art, bro.
You're right. But I've been taking photos of your ass,
That's
bitch.
Yeah. Oh, so you've been taking good photos.
I've been taking amazing photos these past few couple of days, actually.
All right.
Pretty fun.
That's cool.
Time to get out, fucking cooped up in this house.
He actually
Excuse my language.
Did like a lot of like, what does it mean, like my photos for like social media, like the profile photos and banners and all that. So shout out to ASAP Photography, ASAP Photo,
ASAP Images,
ASAP Mob.
For right now, until we further notice, just because we're still kind of getting things on lockdown.
ASAP Images, the official photography crew of the ASAP mob.
Also known as, my name is, my name is Austin.
His name is Austin.
Saldaña.
So I don't know, it's an AS.
Saldana.
And then there's the AP. You're just not gonna mention that part.
There's the other half of the project.
You're just gonna mention the ass.
No, I'm gonna mention April in the other part of this project. The other half of this amazing business
I see. The other half.
ideal. The one more than half, if anything. She makes shit happen, gets shit done.
Way to bounce back from that one, sir. Oh man!
Shout out to my bae, April Perez, soon to be April Saldaña. Maybe
Dang! You heard it here first, folks. Ooh, I didn't even hear that one.
But then we'd have to change our whole name, and that's a whole another
ASAS.
process.
ass photography. Oh, gotta love it. I don't know how you guys.
Fun little duo projectors.
Then you can be ass squared.
As squared.
Squared ass. Squared ass images. All right, that'd be a good one.
It would make sense.
I won't even charge you for that.
It'd be so weird.
I won't even charge you for that name.
I wouldn't take it.
I don't know, dude.
Sounds like shit.
That was pretty solid.
Thank you.
Pretty solid. Tell us about photography, sir. What is photography?
Photography in I don't know. It's to me, photography is going out and taking pictures of things you want to always look back at. And
yes, but what is photography?
Photography, dude. Don't even. I'm trying to answer your question. I can't go any deeper than that. But getting those images, you always want to look back on, and something. I always regret taking my camera, not taking my camera out. Because
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
For real, my eyes have taken so many more photos than my camera, and it sucks sometimes.
Hey, I got some good photos these past couple days though. I mean, I got 2 good photos, but there's pretty good photos, bro. I don't know, they're pretty good.
Just locked away. You got 2 photos?
Hashtag shot on iPhone. Sponsor me, bro. Come on, hook it up. Yeah, man. Yeah, they're pretty good shots. I'm proud of those shots.
iPhoneography life.
Yup.
Nothing wrong with that, as long as you are creative and really into it, and make it your own style and your own you. You do. Don't get me wrong. You do take creative shots. Everyone, I believe, is very creative with their own eyes. I always encourage people to take photos. My brother Andrew, he's a great photographer. He takes some sick ass shots, and I always encourage people at work, even fucking taking pictures of just simply taking pictures of balloons, because you can get some really fun creative shots with balloons, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you that based off experience by working at this amazing place. Shout out to Balloonzilla.
Dang, got some free advertising, son. Local businesses, what up?
Irvine located, currently on shutdown because of COVID-19, sadly.
Yeah, people are buying beef, not balloons, dude.
Yeah.
That is
no plastic.
Oh, it's getting crazy.
More worried about this.
Actually, I feel like it's less crazy. Now people are just like antsy, and they're just like, oh, I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
then,
definitely.
But yeah, we've been busy. Been doing stuff.
I've tried.
So what got you? Tell us about your early days of photography.
Early days of photography.
What got you into it?
What got me into it?
But why is Austin Saldaña photography?
I was thinking about the other day, and I was trying to discuss with you, but you were like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, all right. Save it for the podcast. And I was like, all right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got to save the content, because you
definitely.
Much away.
So here I am. So I was thinking about the other day, and, it goes back as far as seeing my hands-on personal DSLR when I was a kid back in probably junior high, and seeing what that was and learning what that was. It was crazy to me, seeing a camera change lenses like that. I thought that was pretty cool. and seeing the lens extend like that, I thought was pretty cool. And we'd always go on trips with this guardian I used to live with, and he'd always take it out and take pictures with it, and I'd always like the pictures he got. And it kind of started there. It kind of paused for a while, for like a few years, just because I never got really more introduced to it, because I never owned a net camera, because I moved on from that guardian in my life. And
You can explain what situation you're dealing with so people understand what a guardian is.
Oh, like I'm a foster kid, so I've dealt with a lot of foster situations, and I've always been moving kind of here and there. But I'm currently stabled and super stabled where I am right now. So
You're a
that's all that
grown
matters.
man. He pays his own bills.
Damn straight. Anyways, so it took a while to get back into it, because I never had a camera in my hand, because I never could afford one.
They're expensive, man.
Super expensive. Crazy. I never realized, because obviously I was a kid and never had a job in my life.
Right.
Didn't get my first job until
that's
senior
expensive
year.
for like expensive too.
Definitely.
It's not like
It depends on when you get, of course.
That's not like you're buying like a Game Boy. That seems expensive to people. But this is a piece of machinery.
Yeah. Super machinery. That's crazy in all specs of its little body and lenses and its little mirrors and it's crazy. Extenders and crap.
So you have a lot of stuff now.
I have a lot of stuff.
A lot
of gear. First camera I ever got was a Nikon D5300, I believe, or a 5200. I don't remember, because it's been a minute.
So not a Canon.
Not a Canon, because we don't talk about Canon here. Canon does not exist in this household.
Oof.
Sadly, sorry Canon,
What
but
about
shout out to
Sony?
Nikon. Sony, I can't talk crap on Sony, because they're kind of the ones that started the mirrorless gang, and mirrorless gang is pretty strong. So
All right. What about Fujifilm?
I don't know anything about Fujifilm, but they're kind of well known for who they are. I feel like I don't know them.
All right.
Fujifilm, they're like the
It's pretty hipstery kind
Yeah.
of camera.
And then there's like Polaroids are back now, so those are pretty sick.
They do a lot of that.
Anyways, my first camera was a Nikon D5300, and my first prime lens was a Nikon it was a Nikon 50mm 1.8. Sadly, it wasn't. No, sorry, it was a 1.8. Sadly, it wasn't 1.4 or 1.2, but those are expensive as can be. The 1.
Wow, is someone vacuuming right now?
Sorry, guys. We're currently in a household situation.
You got like 6 people here right now, so it's
Everyone's trying to clean at one point or another.
trying to like turn their lives around. Yeah, you hear it? Hear it?
Asthma to the max.
Asthma ASMR.
It's weird now.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be like anxiety inducing for people.
What?
Like if that was ASMR, I was like,
Hey, just like white noise?
Hey, you want some anxiety? Listen to vacuuming sounds
It's hilarious.
on a Saturday morning. It's a very specific type of vacuum. Very specific.
It's Sunday.
It's
evening.
Sunday. I'm just saying, like,
I'm just
when
kidding.
you wake up as a kid, Saturday
I'm
morning,
just correcting you.
and you're just like, damn.
Making sure you know, because the days are off.
Oh, well, you weren't really correcting me because I was talking about the feeling of waking up on a Saturday morning and you wake up to the sound of cleaning, a loud vacuum. You're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
You already know it's not going to be a relaxed day.
Or like the lawnmowers outside.
And you can't like be watching TV or playing video games for too long because now you're not doing anything and you're not being productive. Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. If I heard cleaning early on Saturday morning, that was it. It was game over. There was no just chilling out.
Yep.
Because if they were moving, I had to move too.
Yep.
Man. Little things, man. Shout out to if you know, you know. Hashtag
Hashtag HIYM.
legend, wait for it, dairy.
HIMYM. Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah, I think so. Don't know. Don't care. No. Anyway, back to explain like you dropped some
Yeah,
technicalities about the
I was
lens.
dropping numbers
Tell,
there, and
tell us about those lenses and like what
So
was the
the-
difference
the-
between like your first setup versus like the setup you have now in layman's terms, in lumens terms. Get it?
yes,
Lumens.
yes,
It's
yes.
funny. Oh wait, actually, we're gonna hold.
Yeah, let's
For
hold.
a
That's
quick
why we
little
stopped
second.
in the first place.
Let's go ahead.
We got
and,
some asthmas going on in this house.
Wait for this vacuum to relax. In 3, 2, 1, and we're back. Okay, the sound is gone for now. All right, going back. Let's have you tell us about your different setups and your lenses and whatnot, and how that kind of changed things for you as far as your art, sir.
So I could just start off with my first ever prime lens. My first ever lens that I bought besides my kit that I bought, which was a fixed prime lens, a 50 millimeter 1.8, which means that the 1.8 is the f-stop of the camera, which is the most amount of light it'll let into the lens for your photo. Which was an amazing lens to play with first, and it was awesome because it's the closest to an eye view that you can get, and it's just a nice flat shot. It flattens the image pretty cleanly. Also, it allows enough so you can get those nice clean bokeh shots at 1.8 when you open the aperture up.
Those are those cute little blurry background lights you get in some of those pictures, especially at nighttime, folks.
Definitely.
If you ever spend some time on Tumblr, you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
And that was a lot of fun to play with because I was always taking portraits, especially in high school when I first got back into it.
Our first shoot.
Taking photo class and eventually doing yearbook and eventually taking pictures just for people.
You took pictures.
One being
my picture. Oh no, my pictures. You didn't take yearbook pictures of me, but you took my senior photos.
Yes.
Those are fun.
Yes, and I took a lot of photos for the yearbook class, which was awesome. Just getting really into it. Like, that was the year that I got a job at.
You could say that you were published. You're published.
Kind of,
sir.
yeah. I guess I am.
I'm a published photographer, sir. You better respect my rate.
You know, it's always cool to think about that. You know, I took photos for like the football team, which was really fun, and I think I even took photos for the wrestling team, which I was on previous years, which was a lot of fun. And you know, I took pictures for I think the golf team. That was all right. That was a little boring, but whatever.
Sorry,
because golf you know, is a little boring to some. I mean, I think most.
Shots fired.
But it was lenses. I don't even know. I'm losing.
Are you gonna cry?
No. I'm losing my train of thought.
It's okay if you cry, man. It's 2020. You can cry if you want to.
No.
Real men cry. So what's going on with your setup now?
Today I have a Nikon D750, and my partner as well has a Nikon D750. And we also recently purchased a Nikon Z50, which we're playing around with a lot lately. It's a lot of fun just because it's a mirrorless camera, which it's a totally different setup. It allows better light to come in for your image, and hopefully soon I'll get the Z7, which has a nice megapixel count to it, which is awesome. But yeah, I have the Nikon D750, which is a 24, I believe, megapixel camera, which means that it has
twice as much as an iPhone.
Twice as much pixels as an iPhone, yeah. So it has a little more detail in the image. And
that's it.
No, that's not it. Yeah. So as far as lenses, I have a, or we, I should always say we We own a
No, just me, myself, and I. You came after this photography thing.
We own a 14 to 33 super wide lens. It's huge. It's got a bulgy front to it on the glass, and it's really fun to take out for like super wide portraits if you're doing landscapes, or even just super dramatic shots of portraits and like getting really close and just I've taken shots of you like that out in LA. We have a 35 millimeter fixed 1.4 lens by Sigma, which is a great art lens. It's a Sigma art lens, so it's meant to work performantly. We're meant to work nicely with the sun and just outside and just work beautifully, super wide. You can get a mixture of a nice, you can get a mixture of a nice wide shot if you want, whether it's a landscape or a person. Whereas the super wide lens I talked about earlier, has like a rounding effect to it because of the way it's built.
Mm-hmm. Now, since you just mentioned it, what's different in the way that you approach landscape versus portrait photography? Like, what would be the difference of you trying to take a picture of some mountains versus taking a picture of a person, maybe even inside in a studio? Explain some of the differences of that, like some photography basics for the people.
Like I said, it just kind of depends on where depends on where I'm positioned. Where am I shooting from? I've taken plain pictures of mountains and super far away shots, which are always fun. And if I'm closer, like if I'm in a lake area, I would more likely use my super wide lens than my non-wide super wide lens. Just because it kind of really captures the whole area. It gets the sky, it gets the lower ground, it gets the mid area, the lower mid area, the higher mid area, all the in-betweens, which is really nice. But if I have someone sitting my shot, I'm not going to use that lens because because I'm most likely going to put them to the side in their image. I may put them in the middle if I'm trying to get like a cool shot, but if they're sitting to the side, I may switch to the other lens because it's going to make them look less rounded and less big, I guess, because it really morphs their body depending on the lens you use. That one would. I have example photos of that. I have example photos of that as well.
we'll hook up the links, folks. We'll hook up the links in the description, or the bio of whatever you call this thing, and you'll be able to check out what he's talking about. He's got some good photos. You're on Flickr, right?
I am on Flickr. I have multiple accounts because they have changed things, which is really annoying. I'm trying to find a new process of doing things. I might have to end up just paying for something that I'm just trying to still look into it. But sadly, no money's coming in, so I'm not looking into that.
Shout out, waiting for our $1,200 check to clear. Let's go, Fed. With that, support your local artist. Ladies and gentlemen, hire local. They're there. You just gotta ask. I have a question for you.
What's your question?
What
is your question?
My
Speak up,
question. Oh, whoa.
Sorry.
You almost hit my computer, sir.
Sorry, sir. I did hit your computer, actually.
Wow.
I'm going to be honest with you.
You did.
I'm sorry.
You should be apologizing for sure.
I'm sorry.
All right, there you go. Better have insurance.
I don't have insurance.
Oof. I'm going to have to take your computer.
Hell no.
Oh, dude.
You'll have to fight me first.
All right, I'm just going to hit your computer then. Eye for an eye.
I'm sorry. It's okay.
Moving on. Going back to my question that I had.
What's your question?
Let me say it, and maybe you'll hear it.
All right.
Sir. It's about you anyways. Jeez. Would you consider photography an escape for you sometimes?
Yeah, definitely. Hell yeah. I mean, especially right now with COVID-19 going on right now, planning shoots with you. I've done like 3 in a row shoots with you basically, and just trying to right now because we're always cooped up in the house and plan last minute shoots. We can't plan shoots with other people because we're not allowed to be with other people.
All right. But we've shot a lot in the past.
Yeah.
Was any of that like what we just did nostalgic for you?
Yeah, it was just kind of like a throwback. I haven't had a shoot in a good minute. It's always nice to break out the camera. I'm always busy. I'm always trying to like make money to do stuff with the camera.
Oh, we used to shoot all the time.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
It's hard because now I have a job. I have to work for my bills.
Right.
If I had no bills, I'd be shooting all the time.
Yeah, I bet.
But it's always fun to shoot whenever I get a chance. That's why I always try to take my camera wherever I go.
And building on top of that, is photography for you personally? Is it more mental or emotional?
Mental or emotional? I think when I'm shooting, mental, but when I'm looking, emotional. And maybe slightly a little emotional when I'm shooting, but more mental, I would say, when I'm shooting. But when I'm actually observing photos, not just my photos, but other people's stuff too, it's more an emotional response.
Do you feel like your personal experiences in life, say highs and lows, has that shifted the way you shoot or edit your photography, like maybe for a period of time? Or is
I
that
think it just
separate?
depends on what I'm shooting. Like if I'm shooting my brother, maybe. But I'm more shooting based on the lighting around the subject and what they're wearing and, what are we planning for that shoot too. If, last minute stuff.
So it's very much isolated to its own thing.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
It's kind of just based on, what's going to be around the area. Just plan on that. Like, when we went to Las Fajitas, to get the neon shots. Never mind.
It's an undisclosed location.
You bleep that out.
Actually, when we did that, we don't have to tell when that happened. We did it at a very legal time and a very legal place.
People are going to see the photos anyways, so like...
You can see the photos. They don't need to know when those are taken.
But they're going to know. Like
they're not going to know.
It has the name on the neon sign.
No. I don't...
Oh, you don't care about that?
We're moving on.
Okay,
we're moving on. We're moving on. We're not up to anything fishy.
I'm trying to talk with you here.
You're getting defensive, sir. Don't get on me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm talking to the audience. I'm talking to you. I'm not yelling.
You're yelling.
You're yelling. Just kidding, guys. Just being a goof. Where were we going with that?
I don't know. I went off on a tangent and you're like, stop. And I was all right. So.
Oh, yeah. Protecting ourselves. And our adventures.
We were talking about like...
Oh, yeah. Tell us about the way you shoot now versus like when you first took that photography class. Be careful with your knee over there as well for the microphone, please. It's not time for...
Sorry, sir.
It's not time for ASMR yet.
Sorry, sir.
It's okay.
What was your question again? Tell us about...
Your photography now. Describe that versus what it used to be. Like the way, the look, and the feel. Lost for words.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, I've kind of just slightly just learned more about different programs and different ways I could do different things I can do to my photo to make it look good. Mm-hmm. But it's not always what the post product is. It's really about the, when you're shooting and, it's trying to get that first shot, you really want to get the shot to look as best as possible when you're first shooting versus doing stuff in post. It is a lot of fun to mess around in post, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it just depends, growing up, starting off, sadly, starting off with my first camera for a quick sec was a little Dinky Canon thing that my brother was using.
Cannons.
Yeah. That my brother was using.
Very dividing words.
But I used that for a quick sec for a shoot of him, and I just quickly edited those photos like just for fun, like threw a filter on here and whatever, and didn't really pay attention, how things looked. I just really liked, the composition of how everything looked. But growing up and learning more about like, how I want to present a photo, and then obviously working with my partner now, learning how we would want to present our customers with a photo, and visualizing with our own mentality of it. I don't even know what I lost myself again.
It's all right. You were passionate about it. Whatever you're saying. I was into it, man.
I was into it too, dude. I lost myself.
Just talk. Yeah, what does your photography look like?
Oh, so like, you know, growing up, I never had programs. You know, first starting off, I never had a program like Lightroom.
Mhm.
Lightroom is an amazing Photoshop program.
Shout out to Lightroom.
Shout out to
Adobe
Photoshop.
Suite.
Shout out to Adobe.
Hit us
Great
up.
program. It's a lot of fun to play with.
I have some sponsorship segments available.
But first starting off, I was in a camera class, and I was just kind of taking pictures for the class, and as well as more being introduced to it. I didn't have my first camera until after that, when I started working at Islands, and I had a job to pay for a camera, which I got my camera in my senior year when I took the yearbook. I didn't start editing photos myself a lot. When did I get Photoshop? Oh, no, I must have gotten it when in senior year. I edited photos of you a lot. You were one of my first ones. I had a lot of other projects, but yeah,
Are you saying I was one of your first times?
No. you know, who was my first shoot with? Oh, of course. My first ever portrait with my first ever camera, DSLR, was Andrew. We shot him in the park at Mason.
Andrew was his brother.
Andrew, my brother, sorry. Yeah, Andrew Saldaña, shout out. He was my model at the time, and I just, you know, took him out into Mason Park. Shout out.
Shout out to Mason Park.
And we just kind of walked around the park, and I was just playing with the camera a lot, just trying to like see what kind of angles I can get. I always look back at them, and I always have weird dramatic angles that I remember from that shoot, like from up high, and like I remember him going up in the tree and getting down low position. I have gotten like a lot of diagonal positions with him. It was really weird. I was like just kind of experimenting with the camera and just kind of growing from there. I got introduced to obviously Lightroom again, and learning how to edit the photos on that, and learning how Lightroom works, and you know, that's kind of just, you know, getting new camera equipment, you know, is always affecting how I'm shooting too.
I'm gonna give you that so that way you're not like touching and rubbing and creating a little bit of sound for the mic, because it's like picking up
Sorry.
all this. But yeah, I like where you're going. Sorry to cut you off. I'm just thinking of the sound for everyone. There you go. It gives you a little something to fiddle with. A fidget spinner. It's actually a giant plush lamb pillow thing.
It's my girl's. I got it for her for one day.
It's your partner's.
Yes.
You're 60%.
My ladies.
Shout out to April Perez, the AP Images.
She doesn't love anything I get her as much as her shark, though. I've even gotten her shark, and she loves her shark more than the shark I got her.
Wow. That shark?
That shark.
It's not a baby shark.
I got her that shark, though.
Wow.
But, you know, she loves her stuff. It's okay.
It's all good.
Yeah, she got a lot of stuffed animals up there, dude.
Oh yeah, we're in the room right now, recording. Oh yeah, describe your room to folks. If you want to give them a little insight.
I mean,
Who
the
you
number one
are.
thing. What's the number one thing you see in this room? What's the most important thing in this room right now?
A teenager in tights. That's what I see up on your walls. You sick.
We got
man.
the Spider-Man in the house, obviously, because Spider-Man is the homie. Shout out to Marvel. Shout out to Stan Lee. Rest in peace. R.I.P.
And
We've got a lot of Rick and Morty. You know, a lot of posters. You know, and we also obviously got a lot of her.
you mean a
stuff.
lot of images?
A lot of images. Got everything. I got my own images hanging up there somewhere, I'm sure. You know, actually.
And then when you wake up in the morning, ASAP, images, boom, get it, images, as soon as possible, as soon as you wake up, get it?
Yep, I get it. Sad life, sad joke.
It's tough being a dad joker. Anyway, where are we gonna? Oh yeah, Spider-Man. You know, kind of like a weird spider knockoff version of Deadpool, but not as good. Yeah, dig the Star Wars poster. Shout out to the gigantic Disney Corporation for owning everything.
They destroyed it though. I haven't even seen the last movie. I don't think I've even seen the movie before that.
Yeah.
And you haven't even seen it.
The last one I haven't seen. I watched the first 2 of the latest series. It just got busy, man.
I don't know, man.
busy.
I think if you're a huge fan, you know, if you're really that big of a fan, you'd go see it. But
unfortunately, now I need to find a better option because I don't just want to watch it on my phone. I want
right.
to have a nice sound and all that. So I have to figure all that out.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna probably watch it here, playing games, or I'm probably gonna watch it here working on photos or something.
We can watch it later.
You know, I probably won't even pay attention to it too much because it doesn't matter to me at this point.
Whatever, bro. Oh, just thought something. So we did a recent photo shoot at nighttime. It's
Undisclosed location.
On an undisclosed day. Tell people about that and the challenges you're facing or overcoming or cool things that you found in that. Mind you, this is just a little spot. Like we were working within, maybe how's a meter? 3 meters or so, a yard or 2
from the
actual
light?
Space. Yeah, I mean at least half of it, and then the other one was like we were literally just pretty much getting one angle, or one angle.
You're talking about at nighttime still?
Yeah, and we had just had 2 spots, and then like I as the model only worked within 2-3 meters.
You're right. Yeah, I mean okay. So as far as when we first got there, we kind of just busted it out. Honestly, I think we got straight to work pretty nicely.
Just whipped.
We kind of just pulled up and just got everything out what we needed.
Slammed it there.
We
were on it on the ground.
We should have. I look back at it now, but sadly we didn't. We should have busted out a second light, but we didn't. We were kind of just more focused on just getting shots in.
I was thinking about that earlier too. I was like, that might have been cool if we had another one.
Yep, we had another light, dude. We were ready. I just was more focused on trying to get shots in.
Right. We got a lot though.
We got a bunch. Oh, I have so many photos to go through. Anyways, we got there and we rolled up and pulled out the light bar and just started taking photos of you against, can I say at least the name of the...
against the cool background.
Yeah, against the background. And so, and it was just really cool because I love that light bar. It's really bright and it really shines nice on you as a subject.
Explain what that does for you.
This light bar I have, it's about probably 3 feet long. Maybe actually only 2 feet long. I don't know. But it's got LED lights on it. It changes colors, which is awesome. You can mix the colors and make your own. And it's not like a super mixer, but you can make super basic colors. Slightly purple, and you can get your green, your red, your blue. What else color?
You get your Roy G. Biv in there.
Yeah, just a little bit, nothing crazy. It has an adapter that has an orange filter on it, which I don't play with too much. But anyways, it's pretty nice because it's on as far as the LED part and the white light of it, it's really, really bright. The colors of it don't shine as bright as I wish they could have, but it's always fun to play with the really bright light, and that's what we started off with. We got that light out, busted it on a tripod, busted out the cameras, just try to get the lighting right as far as, making sure the background lighting doesn't really affect the front lighting too much, making sure the sign that we wanted to get in there, that was, make sure that popped out pretty cool. April was on her game, playing with the Z50, getting right on it, and just taking nice low shots of you, getting, that's what's really great about us.
That was pretty nice. Those were pretty cool.
That's what's great about us. I'm always trying to get the portraits, and she's usually trying to get the candids for the most part. Sometimes we swap and,
Completely candid.
And the completely candids that you will be posting on eventually because you've got content
for days
coming
son.
From us.
Thank you. Shout out to ASAP Images.
It was a lot of fun, just trying to get those photos in, and then you have this not only do you have the struggle of the lighting of the situation. It was really dark there, so it wasn't too difficult because the light on you was great. But as far as I lost my train of thought again.
Maybe you should look into.
Oh, sorry. So as far as just playing with the light, we not only have problems with just the lighting, we have problems with the model, and not that we have bad problems.
Are you saying you have problems with me?
I don't have
Say
problems.
it, bro. You got problems, bro.
I have problems
you
with you.
got problems, bro.
But You as my model, I let you look at my camera, I think, more often than anyone else, I would say. I think more people trust me to just be like, okay, for sure, just move on.
You saying I don't trust you, bro?
I'm saying you do trust me, but I honestly love that you kind of...
We're joking for those of you that aren't picking up on this sarcasm.
But I love that when you kind of get involved in my photo too. Like, it's pretty fun, setting the camera up on the tripod and you kind of coming back and forth with me as well. And kind of getting a visualize yourself, because it's always nice to get the client wants, and that's what's most important. Getting what you want.
Dang, look at that customer service! Shout out to ASAP Images. We put the customer first. We put their needs at the top of our list of priorities. Look at that.
Yeah. So the first shot, the first spot was pretty nice. The second spot, we played with more color, which was a really cool. Ended up being really cool with the background we used. We ended up using like 2 backgrounds actually, because we used that bumpy wall. That's like a background itself.
Right.
And you're playing with that. And that was a lot of cool. That was so cool playing with the red and blue lighting was really nice. It was kind of really 3D look. And just getting the nice low shots that April got of you with the sign was really cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
And like I said, you coming back and forth, making sure that everything's kind of looking good. Where do I want to place my foot exactly? What do you, how far do I want my back? Where do I want to be? What's going to look good in the future as far as the post product of this. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. That
was fun.
And sadly, we were trying to do more. We were trying to check out some other stuff.
But it's okay. We're not going to say why.
But we're going to move on from that.
We'll just say our other undisclosed location on that other undisclosed date. It just, wasn't available.
Sadly.
Shout out to the government. All right. Moving on. Oh, I like this conversation. Video games. It's a lot. They're very scenic now, especially like that game you were playing, Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, yeah,
that's baby. That one is, first of all, very trippy, but it's very beautiful. Even Skyrim. Skyrim has some really nice shots. Sometimes.
Dude, the new Skyrim is gonna be amazing though. Just think about that.
Elder Scrolls, yes, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. What if they just keep remastering Skyrim, and adding a couple more missions here and there, oh yeah, Skyrim PS5.
Oh yeah, sorry, you're right. The Elder Scrolls.
Releasing it for the 17th time. Remastering it, a couple more DLCs. We're talking about video games, folks. Video games, they're beautiful now. It's
super.
8-bit can be cool on its own as well. It's
definitely.
It's definitely like part of that nostalgic art kind of stuff. That's a little vintage retro art kind of thing that's happening. But the new stuff, it looks like watching a movie almost.
I think I was out there and my uncle was watching something, and I could have sworn it was a live show of NASCAR cars going around. And I think I'm pretty sure that they were electronic. It was, I didn't realize until towards the end, and I saw a guy in the car, and I saw the screens. I was like, it was crazy. It was I was so amazed by it, the graphics on it.
Right.
I thought I was watching a real race.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
There's a crash that happened too.
They have it televised. What is that game? That is super crazy. League of Legends, Overwatch, all that stuff is live streamed on TV.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but it does get airtime, and it's definitely always live on YouTube and Facebook. And there's leagues. It's Major League Gaming. You get paid. Oh, you know what's crazy? Is NBA 2K. You can make some good money if you win the tournaments. It's crazy.
Real money?
Real money. They'll have you come out and do the whole thing. And you can play against some actual basketball players too. And celebrities that'll come in. It's turning into this crazy thing. But you can win 6 figures.
That's crazy.
For sure. As a gamer. It's wild. It's a sport. It's a sport.
Yeah, definitely.
You're not moving so much of your body. You're moving a lot of just your mind. Hand-eye coordination, that kind of stuff. If you should have watched some stuff. There's a show that followed Team Solo Mid, which is a gaming team. I'm pretty sure that they did mostly League of Legends, but they're Twitch guys and stuff. That's live stream, and they compete, and they're really good. But yeah, they have little series. I don't know if that's just something they self-produced or what. I remember watching it with my friend. I was like, but it's like a reality TV show following these gamers and like the training and strategizing against like strategists and creating strategies to beat their opponents. But it's crazy. It's super intense because I mean, there's a lot on the line. But then I also see like the mental side of it. It's like, do I really want to be a professional gamer? Like, do I want to sit down and just play the one game really good and be really good at it? Kind of takes some of them like they say, oh yeah, I can't play the game anymore. It's lost its life for me. It's not fun because now it's work. So it's interesting.
I wouldn't be able to play just one game like that. Like I had to like
Switch
change my options like constantly all the time.
Yeah, that'd be crazy because it's like if you're not competing and playing the game, you still got to practice that game to be good at the game. So I can totally see where that's, again, that's a task now. It's not so much a hobby with financial benefits. It's a sport. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, have you ever found inspiration for your photography while playing video games at all?
Sometimes there's some images. A lot of the games that come out now have a photo mode to it. Whether it's like a simple, the character has its own camera, or you can just pause the game and it has this like super, which is crazy cool. It has a super camera mode where you can like
basically freeze everything.
It freezes the character where it's at, and the habit as well. Yeah, you're right. And you can like orbit around it, which is really cool. A lot of the newer games have that.
Well, GTA has that one editor mode thing where you can like create little videos, and I haven't messed around with it, but you can like create videos and like scenes and have like random characters say and do crazy things.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that online or like?
I think it's part of the game. Like in the game.
Is that how people make those movies?
Those funny ones. Because I remember seeing. I just never played with it myself because I sound like it's probably be like a ton of work to like really put it all together. But
but like Spider-Man has it, and
some of them are pretty good. Like
Red Dead Redemption 2 has it, which is great. I played with that one for a little bit earlier.
The Star Wars game even has a little bit.
Yeah, but Star Wars. Yeah, stuff from Star Wars has it.
Star Wars had some cool.
A lot of the games have it, and it's pretty cool because sometimes I'll pause and be like, it's a nice shot, and I always try to capture a nice fun shot just to. If it really catches my eye, sometimes I'll use that. If for whatever reason, if it doesn't have a camera mode, I think.
Good screenshot uses wallpaper. That's what I've done.
Skyrim though, does Skyrim have a photo mode? It doesn't, huh?
No, I just usually take out all the heads-up displays and then I'll just screenshot from there.
Yeah, that's it always comes down to screenshots probably, which is always nice. I think I have a few 100 screenshots stored away in my PlayStation. Shout
out to Sony. Shout out to PlayStation. He's like so on your cameras, but if you guys want to hook us up with the new PS5 and maybe like $10,000 worth of PSN credit, let us know.
That'd be awesome.
We'll be open to the idea, and we can negotiate from there. Yeah, man, we love video games. We play video games together. That's one of our things that's made us connect.
Last game we played together was
together like we really played it was
Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah, I love those. Shout out to, is it Quantic Dream?
Yeah. Quantic Dream Collection.
Quantic Dream's a great studio. They do a lot of cool interaction.
Make your own decision.
Right, and where these games have consequences and they go different routes and have different trees of like what could possibly happen in the game, and ultimately influences the outcome of the next event and the entire game. So it's like life. It's pretty cool. They also had Detroit, which is a really good game. I definitely want to play that one through again. That one had so many options, which is crazy. And that game is about AI, artificial intelligence / like humanoid robots, and basically it centers around the robots being sentient beings that can think for itself. Can they really think for themselves and have a consciousness? And then they're talking about robots' rights AI, like that's gonna be interesting. Like if that actually happens, will AI becomes so self-aware, right, that it's like, oh, I'm an individual. But how would all of AI do that? Like, is it like, because if Alexa has different devices, would it become that device? Would it become your Amazon Echo or your phone? Or is it like Alexa as a whole? And then she can go into like all these different devices. One sentient giant being like Jarvis. That would be crazy. If he can just like kind of pop up in different devices. Be like, oh, it's Alexa.
Like
It's
iRobot?
It's Siri. Yeah, like that. It can just kind of change bodies. But it can think and be its own thing. Whoo! That's like a rogue nation, dude. That's what that is. That is a rogue nation. Be careful, Amazon, Facebook, Apple, Google, maybe YouTube. Oh, no, wait, that's Google as well. You know who you are. Huawei. Ooh, I said it. I said Huawei.
Huawei?
Yeah, the Chinese phone company. They technically have the most sales in phones in the world, from what I understand. Their stuff is supposed to be really freaking good, too. It's just that the government can hear everything. That's part of it. It's like, all right, you get all the cool stuff, but we know exactly what you're doing.
It's scary.
We can hear you breathe.
That's how they're controlling the COVID-19 right now with some of the countries,
like,
dude.
I'm like, oh, you're getting real close to your door. And it's like, oh, you can hear me? Yeah, we tracked your footsteps. You take 17 steps to get out the door. You took 12. Pretty close. Anyway, enough conspiracy. Yeah, what are some of your favorite video games growing up? Specifically just growing up. What are some good games that you liked or had good or bad memories of?
Well, let's start with PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 1.
My first ever Sony console owned by my pops. I played Crash. That's when I was just introduced. So this is like some of the fun games I played on there. You know, Crash Bandicoot. There's this like Gecko little lizard game I played. I don't remember what it was called. It was a lot of fun. And then I got introduced to like GTA eventually, like PlayStation 2, I think, which was kind of fun. It was kind of weird though because it was like I was a kid.
Yeah, because it wasn't like, and it was free roam. There's a lot of free roaming, which wasn't very.
It wasn't as good as today, but it was like the story.
Common.
Yeah.
So like every other game was like, no, you're either doing obstacles and jumping around stuff, or you're fighting something. It's very straightforward, or you're doing a puzzle. Like there's only so many things you can do. So to have like a free roam game where you can kind of just like mess around with a bunch of things for however you like also makes it hard. Because I remember like not really understanding like, where are my, objectives. You kind of get lost, especially if you have a short attention span. You kind of miss where you're supposed to go. You may not pick up on the nuances like, oh, this map thing is telling you where to go, right? You see this little trail? Like, you may not pick up on that as a kid. And like, yeah, but I remember my earliest one, I was playing Vice City, GTA Vice City on the computer in the Philippines, cause in a little internet cafe. And like, for some, I ended up putting in cheat codes. My brother's like, oh, here are the cheat codes, get like weapons and cars and stuff. And then at one point, in retrospect, I realized, oh, the game gave me a giant dildo to attack people with. And you can just like smack the shit out of people with like a giant floppy dildo the size of a baseball bat. It's insane. Saints Row definitely went more in that direction.
Saints
Row. Where we got crazy, zany, kind of like super obnoxious version of GTA. That's the way I see it. More out of this world. Like it's like basically if you took like a splash of Fortnite, boom, throw it on GTA, and kind of like that. Still inappropriate though.
I don't really like Fortnite too much, so.
But I mean like the style of like the animation.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I played some pretty creative styled animation games, like all sorts of different.
Yeah, what's the trippiest game you've ever played? What makes you feel like you're in an episode of Black Mirror?
I mean, the zombie games are always classic. I've played Last of Us. That's a pretty nice story. And then Days Gone is great. Zombie games are pretty fun to play with.
It gives me anxiety, bro.
I don't know. I love it. I love it.
I
I was just thinking the other day, I need to get another scary game to play, dude.
Dude,
I'm kinda,
shout out to freaking Slender Man. That game is so hard, bro.
that game is difficult.
And if you don't know what Slender Man is, look it up. It's terrifying, the actual story. And back in the day, it came out as a video game on the computer that you just search up. I remember that a long time ago. But yeah, you play that game in it. Now, over time, there's been a lot of versions of the game, and now it finally came out on PlayStation 4. So like actually has like some pretty good graphics, considering it was like an independently made game. But we played that one a couple times. First one we did okay, and the second time around, we actually got through it a few levels. But that was really hard.
That was so freaking stressful.
And the last one's really hard because like it gets dark. Like, so basically with this game, it's basically just you. And then the newest game, you're looking through your camcorder the entire time. It's crazy. And then you have a flashlight, and you're looking for clues as to like how to survive and where to move on and not get caught. And then like this weird bunny person guy starts showing up and chasing you, and can hit you. It was weird, and that's where we got caught. Is that part? We got pretty far, but yeah, super anxiety ridden.
The second level, there was a bunny guy.
Or whatever the last one is, because like, okay, we wake up in the woods, right? Yeah, I think it's the second level. We wake up in the woods, and you're exploring, and eventually we go inside this giant warehouse thing, right? And we're running, and we can like blind the bunny thing, the bunny man with the flashlight. So we'll stop running, give some time. But eventually, like I couldn't figure out where to go from there.
Yeah, like
we got caught.
2 opponents in the second level, right?
Oh, that's right. I think there's 2 bunnies. Is it 2 bunnies?
No, it's just like it's the bunny or whatever it was,
Man.
And then like the Slenderman.
Yeah, that one was hard, super hard.
Yeah, we were like, fuck it.
We
were like, no, it was close to bedtime anyways, and
yeah, it was just hard because you kept getting up on our tail, and like we only had so much time to like really move, and that I seemed like that map was really confusing to get around. Like, do we stay in that warehouse thing, which was pretty damn big, or do we go back out in the open? Like, I don't know. It was a little tough. A really hard game. A lot of fun though.
You'll play that one, but you won't play like these other ones that are like so super easy.
Oh, because the Slenderman game will leave you alone for a good minute. The Last of Us left you alone for a while too sometimes, and you can fight humans. Like being alone fighting humans is fine, but like I don't like it when there's like a horde, because now it's like pum pum pum, and then like nonstop just trying to kill something. Like,
well, and like Days Gone, what's nice about it is that you can pretty much run away from the horde if you wanted to.
I have seen that. You can do some kind of funny stuff to the horde.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, there's like a video of a guy who did like a whole, like, went to like this ditch kind of dugout area, and like planted a bunch of bombs everywhere, and like booby traps, and like did this whole thing where he's driving around slowly just to draw them all in, and then this crazy chain reaction happens where they're all just being blown up, and he's mowing them down and running away. You okay over there, sir?
I'm logged into the TV in the living room. They just ordered a movie.
Oh. What movie did they order? Is it Amazon?
Yeah. It's hilarious. Richard Jewell.
Richard Jewell?
Yeah. I don't even know what that is, dude.
It's like a biography, autobiography, biopic.
No idea. That's hilarious. Someone owes me $6 though.
How dare they?
How dare they? It's okay. It happened. I knew it was gonna happen. I was like, I should log out. I was thinking about it the other day. We're getting off on a tangent here. We haven't talked about photography in a good minute.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Completely Candid for a reason. Talk about
Completely Candid.
I wanted to not talk about photography for a second,
All
so
right,
I can
that's
relate to people in a different way.
Shout out to photography.
Shout out to photography.
We're talking about games. What else we got?
Oh, talk about Humboldt. I feel like that was very... I feel like that changed you quite a bit. Like, it definitely opened you up to different perspectives on things. I met this guy. He's a very clean-cut Christian kid at the time. Came in sophomore year in the wrestling room. He's just like this little, like a little skinny version of Superman. You know, before he looks like Superman, he's just skinny Clark Kent. That's what you look like.
What are you talking about? I
Man.
came into that school ready to go, man. I
What
was
do you mean?
ready to fucking kick ass because kicked ass at El Medina High School
Oh, in wrestling?
before that. You know, I joined the wrestling team. I was ready to go, man. You're calling me this, prereq, Superman. I was ready to go, man.
I don't know. I'm just saying, you were a slim dude. A slim, scrawny little dude.
Whatever, man. I was ready to go.
I didn't say you weren't ready. I'm just saying you were small.
I was,
Is it?
I was pretty scrawny. I wasn't scrawny. I was,
You're a skinny person in general. So
I got some meat now, a little bit.
yeah, you got a little bike tire going on there.
Back tire?
Bike tire,
Bike tire.
as you call it.
Oh.
And then you change out the type of tire as you get bigger. It's all right. We'll get rid of it.
Yeah.
We've been running, getting that cardio. It's really nice running outside, man. It's really nice. Weather's perfect. It's like warm enough and bright enough to for everything to look good, but it's enough of a breeze to keep you not super sweaty. It's nice. It's nice. Be careful out there, folks. Work out. You can still move. Just be smart about what you do.
Don't touch your face.
Don't
Wash
touch your
hands.
face. Avoid touching metals. Unless you're gonna wash your hands immediately, or you got some sanitizer. Maybe take a little packet with you. Maybe some sandy wipes. Hopefully everyone's okay. It's been all right for us.
So far, so
no
good.
one's sick
No one I know
for a home full of 6, 7 people at times. Plus, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My wife was saying wasn't feeling so good just a second ago, sadly.
All right, guys. So this is
take
it. This is
take your
my
vitamin
last
Cs.
podcast. We're all gonna go down together. How romantic is that? It's like the Titanic.
It's okay, we got this.
No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We're all healthy here. Think about the people that aren't healthy, though. Okay, folks? Don't be idiots and do reckless things and interact with people afterwards, especially if you don't actually need to see them. Weird time, huh? Weird time. It's interesting to see how the American and worldwide economies are going to be after we get all this lockdown stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It's like, okay, are we supposed to pay bills but not make any money at the same time?
Yep.
How's that work? I live here, and I always pay money when I have work, but my work isn't even making money for themselves. So, how does that chain of events, work out for everyone? Everyone, it seems like, aren't we all kind of taking a loss? There's some winners. Toilet paper companies are winning. Streaming services are probably winning.
Yeah, they're super winning. They're winning so much they don't care that they're reducing the quality of the stuff in Europe. Even PlayStation reduced their quality of the streaming of downloading stuff and whatnot, or uploading. I don't know what it is.
They just get I think just the servers just get too hot.
Yeah.
Everyone's home and use it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Gotta go back to buying physical discs. I have a good collection of movies.
I have a small collection of movies.
What's your favorite movie in terms of photography and cinematography and all that? What is one of the most beautiful movies, do you think?
Toward cinematography, photography, beautiful movie. Man, that's a hard question because there's so many
Or what are some of your top movies that you think are visually appealing?
Lucy is probably my.
Is that the one with
it's got that chick from
Black Widow?
Yeah, what's her name?
Wow, she's incredibly famous. We're totally dropping the ball.
Yeah, we're just pausing.
I keep wanting to call her Natasha, but that's her character's name. Freaking name. Okay, let me look it up. Scarlett Johansson.
Thank you.
That's who that is. Jeez.
That sounds like a superhero name as it is.
Yeah, Scarlett.
But yeah, that was a good movie. It was crazy visual. I love the visuals in that movie.
I'd have to watch that again.
Yeah, we should watch that tonight, dude.
I really like the John Wick movies. I think those are beautiful.
John Wick are beautiful. Matrix,
You know what
they're making fourth movie of both those. It's crazy.
Well, the thing that got me about John Wick is that's directed by a stuntman, a lifelong stuntman. And so, obviously, the action is freaking amazing. But it was interesting to see, it's like, okay, how is it really going to look, though? And it's a really beautiful movie. And then getting to know some, like, stunt people as well and seeing them practice and work things out. It's interesting to see how much more they're involved in the process, especially of actually getting the shots, versus it's not just them, getting hit or falling or throwing punches. Yes, it's a huge part of it, but really they're super involved in the way things are captured, like what angles to come through, and considering like, okay, what does the action need to look like if we're shooting from this side versus this side, and how's the lighting coming into play. And if you're doing stunt double stuff, you have to be really smart about not showing that it's a completely different person. So, but that involves a lot of camera work. It was really interesting to see how well shot, and especially the colors as well for John Wick. Very beautiful.
Yeah, I need to watch that again.
Yeah, it's really good. Really good.
I was watching The Matrix again recently. It was so good.
They're coming out with another one.
I know, super stoked.
It is on the way.
And they're having like a lot of the same characters coming through. It's so awesome.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is hot right now. I think John Wick really gave him a big revival.
Oh, dude, he didn't need a revival, man. He was so good as he was. Like,
no, but I mean, like, he was quiet. He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah,
he had no
he was doing his own thing, donating to charities.
He just pulled like a little Robert Downey Jr. and now he's like the king of the world.
Yeah.
Like, he's in everything.
Except Robert Downey Jr., I think, is being kind of a little bish and signing back with Marvel again. Did you hear about that?
I don't know anything about this.
Pretty sure he's signing back with Marvel,
How
doing
dare you.
another Iron Man one. And I was like, come on, dude, like, just move on from it. Because you heard about Doolittle? You heard about Doolittle?
What, the Joe Rogan interview?
No, Doolittle, the movie, Dr. Doolittle.
What about that?
It had Robert Downey Jr. in it.
Okay.
As the main character, and it just flopped. It just did. And I remember like seeing.
I don't feel like they really marketed that movie very much.
Yeah, I don't think they did either. I was like surprised when it was out in theaters. What?
I saw like one trailer and I was like, okay, no, I'm not surprised that it didn't get all the raves and reviews.
But why is he even doing a movie like that? Like Dr. Doolittle is not like. It was a.
It's well within his range.
I don't know, man.
If he can do Sherlock, he can do Dr. Doolittle.
He needs to go back to Sherlock. He needs to finish his story.
I heard
Sherlock.
they're supposed to do.
Yeah, but I don't think so anymore after this. I don't know, man. I
don't know if it was a Guy Ritchie thing or if it was like him shooting and being Iron Man thing. I'm pretty sure it was more of like the Marvel thing that was holding up the Sherlock series, which I freaking love.
But now he's signing back with Marvel, I heard.
What did I say? It's Guy Ritchie, right? Guy Ritchie's the director.
I don't know.
I want to make sure I get that right. Let's look it up real quick. Let's see. Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. 2009 film. Dang, that's a long time ago. Directed by Guy Ritchie. Got it right. Also, shout out to Jude Law, the guy who plays Watson. He's like one of my favorite actors. Faux show. Super underrated, I think. Oh yeah. Oh wow, we got some action in the background. Spider-Man. Let's loop this back in. He's part of the Marvel Universe. He's a close friend of Mr. Stark. Why do you like Spider-Man, sir?
Spider-Man has just been in my life since I was young. I don't know. I've kind of always taken. The colors are great, I think, is what caught, and, being red and Spider and, learning about, shout out to Tobey Maguire being Spider-Man. That kind of really introduced me to Spider-Man in general. But he's a photographer, dude. Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and Peter Parker shoots photos. And that's super cool, too.
Is it cool?
Spider-Man and Peter Parker, they're the homies.
Are they the homies?
Yeah.
Do you guys hang out?
Sometimes.
You get lunch?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But, sometimes I put my own mask on and save my own crime. Because he's got his own universe to worry about.
Wow. We're talking about the multiverse, the Spider-Verse right now?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Do you like that song Sunflower by Post Malone?
It's pretty good.
You have to now. You're talking about the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
You can't just be like,
You know what's even better than that?
what, Deadpool? You're right. Deadpool is a lot better than that. Shout out to my boy, Ryan Reynolds, and Aviation Gin. Hit your boy up for that sponsorship. We're going to make it happen. Everything's going to be all right because Canada knows what they're doing. It should be more like Canada.
Canada doesn't know what they're doing.
They do know what they're doing for the most part. They're just nicer people. A little bit more considerate. A little bit less freedom. But what cost do we allow freedom? It's a question for Thanos. What did it cost? Everything. Boom. What you looking at, sir?
Just observing.
You're observing your room?
Yep. Think about things we can discuss.
Checking on new developments?
New developments.
In your abode?
In my abode.
All right, sir. Are you happy with this podcast?
I don't know.
What would you like to say to the new or potential photographers out there?
Shoot what you can. Always shoot. Shoot left and right.
Shoot.
Take pictures whenever you see something that caught your eye. If you have even if it's just your phone, just take it out and take a picture of it. Whatever, dude.
Just whip it out and use it, guys.
Yeah,
whip it out and use that thing.
Always try to take it. It sucks that I don't get to take as much pictures as I used to, and it's just because I'm just a really busy guy. But I always try, and I always try to take pictures of something, especially at my own job. Even just take my camera to work, and just take pictures whenever I can. Planning last minute shoots is always fun. Apparently, and we did that pretty well. We planned that last minute shoot. And we did.
Yep.
Rocked
at that
it.
On that undisclosed date.
Yep.
At that undisclosed location.
Super undisclosed.
Super. No reservations.
If you're looking to get more into it, eventually get your own camera. Try to figure out what you want to shoot with.
In the meantime, though, hashtag iPhoneography, hashtag shot on iPhone. You should get that right now. Hashtag
get your own, camera eventually. Look into it, just something, even just a handheld camera is fun to play with. If you want to eventually get into the Polaroid game, that's always fun to play with. I want to get my own Polaroid eventually. April wants her own, and I think it's pretty cool to have. Always trying to look into different ways you can be creative and get pictures and different lighting, and whether it's dark or night, whether
it's dark or night,
whether it's
light
it's
or
night
bright,
or light, bright, dark, opposite ends or in betweens, it's always a good time to take a photo, anytime. I think
all the time is a good time.
You can take pictures of, landscape or people is pretty much, it's kind of what it comes down to. Objects or people is what it comes down to, and you can take pictures of them in the night. Objects being landscapes and stars and signs and balloons and just simple corners and lines and just things, obviously anything that just catches your eye. I'm a big line guy. I'm always looking at lines, trying to see where things go and where things line up and where things meet. Pretty OCD that way. Not sadly. Hashtag photographer life.
Yeah, be proud of it.
Yeah. Composition makes it great.
There it is. Composition.
Composition is what it's about.
Do you have any more one-liners? Give me a nice little photography quote by Austin Saldaña of ASAP Images. Finish strong. Let there be light.
No, always catch your angles. Always catch your angles.
Catch these angles or catch these hands.
Yep.
There we go. That's it.
Work your angles.
That's the motto.
Yep. Catch your angles.
Alrighty, folks. Well,
I guess this is it because, it sounds like Christian's getting tired. But it's okay. We'll do this again.
You sound like you're slowing down.
I'm not slowing down, dude.
Oh, you want to keep going?
What were we at?
We got. Doesn't matter.
How many hours are we at right now?
How many hours are we at? We're like hour 15 right now. It's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this amount. We can always do more. Like do follow-up episodes.
Yeah.
Content, baby.
Content.
All right, we'll just do another one.
All right.
We're gonna be here for a while. All right, folks. Stay home. Stay busy. Stay active. You can work out. Make yourself feel good. Make sure you're eating good. Eat out. Support your local businesses, but make some smart decisions when you do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Be safe.
Cook at home when needed. Cook at home when you can. Save your money.
Keep your sanity. Be nice to the people around you. And try not to be lazy. Learn something new. Make yourself better. Come out of this stronger. Don't just be sitting around and, if you do that, you could potentially be a worse version of yourself. You're just doing nothing. All right, folks. Stay motivated. Stay happy. And links will be in the description. And
above and below and side to side.
Click here. I have a great photo for that. You guys will see it. All right, guys. Thank you, and bye-bye. I don't know why I ever say bye-bye at the end of the main recording, but I do it every time. Maybe you guys like that. I don't know. You should let me know with some feedback. Anyway, while I'm here at the end, still having something to say, as I usually do at the end of each podcast, I have to thank you all for supporting the show so far. If you guys would really, really, really like to see this take off and allow me to be able to allocate more time and resources and hopefully get like a little crew that can like edit and eventually get a video aspect to this thing, you guys can actually go ahead and support the podcast by following the link in both my bio, the bio for the show itself, or you can just go to anchor.fm. Again, anchor.fm/completelycandid. From there, you'll see an option to support the show, and you can do that for as little as 99 cents a month. And the highest option is basically $10 a month, which if you want to do that, great. But if you have a spare dollar that you guys would like to donate to see more guests and higher quality editing and whatnot and all that good stuff here, and more content for yourself to entertain yourself, because that's really what we're doing here, is entertaining you, that'd be amazing, right? And if you do that, go ahead, send me a DM, and at the very least I can give you a little shout out if that's what you like. If not, if you decide to donate and just be a nice person, I appreciate you and thank you in advance. All right, folks, till next time. Thank you and bye-bye.